Kgosi Sechele was the king of Bakwena in the nation-state of Botswana. He is famous for uniting Tswana people and defeating the Boers in the War of 1852. One of the most interesting facts in this war is that the king's weapons included a cannon acquired from the missionaries. Under Kgosi Sechele's leadership, his region became a refuge to tribes fleeing persecution, and the number of people he ruled exceeded 30,000. Sechele was born in the 1800s as the eldest son of Kgosi Motswasele and his first wife. Motswasele was very unpopular with his own people and was murdered by his brother Moruakgomo in hopes of becoming the ruler of Bakwena. Motswasele, who knew that Bakwena wanted to kill him, prophesied just before his death that first the black ants, meaning the Masonya clan, and later the red ants, meaning the Boers, would attack them. When Motswasele was murdered, his first wife immediately fled with her sons and some loyal subjects to Bangwato territory. She rightly feared that Moruakgomo would try to kill Motswasele's offspring. Soon after Moruakgomo became king, as Motswasele had prophesied, Masonya attacked Bakwena and scattered them all over the country. Moruakgomo was forced to flee to the north, where he in turn was murdered by the Mapatana clan. Kgosi Sechele then returned from exile and became the ruler of Bakwena. As Masonya was still harassing Bakwena, they left Lepepe and moved to Kolobeng. The establishment of Christian mission stations was encouraged by local rulers because the missionaries gave them access to guns and gunpowder, which gave them an advantage over neighboring tribes lacking such technology. From the moment of his arrival in southern Africa, Scottish missionary David Livingstone became a hostile critic of the Boers because of their demonic treatment of Africans, which included launching raids and seizing African children to groom into slave labor. Livingstone described Kgosi Sechele as a virtuous leader, a likable person who was frank and straightforward, and who could moreover reason coherently. Sechele subsequently became an ardent convert to Christianity, but remained a polygamist for a period of time. The general practice for most missionaries was to ask a man who was interested in Christianity to reject all his wives except one. But Livingstone left Sechele to make his own independent decision. Bakwena were very suspicious and critical of the king becoming a Christian. Kgosi Sechele, however, elected not only to continue being a Christian, but also to be baptized. His colleagues, such as King Moshweshwe of Basotho, advised him against this and urged him not to accept Christianity. When Sechele sent his messengers to purchase a horse from Moshweshwe, he gave them a friendly welcome, but gave them a private message for Sechele that he should never believe in the new religion. He promised that if Sechele needed gunpowder, guns, horses, and the like, he was willing to supply them if it could help him avoid being a Christian. Kgosi Sechele did not listen to Morena Moshweshwe and went ahead with getting baptized. What made the situation more serious was the fact that King Sechele later decided to divorce all his wives except the most senior one. This was unthinkable and was in fact the first incident of its kind among Batswana. A king usually married women from influential families in order to strengthen his political position. To abandon the daughters of people who for many years had supported and protected his political position was therefore a sensitive matter. From that point onwards, Sechele had to face fierce opposition from his people. And on the day he got baptized, the whole tribe refused to go to their fields as an expression of utter dismay at the actions of the king. In 1852, Bakgatla, under their ruler Musielele, were escaping the inhumane treatment at the hands of the Boers and came to Sechele for protection. A deputation of Boers, on hearing about this, went to see Sechele at Kolobeng and asked him to deliver Musielele. Kgosi Sechele pointed at his abdomen and said he had swallowed Musielele. essentially telling the Boers to go away or face him in battle. Shortly after this, a Boer commando attacked Sechele at Golobeng. Bakwena were forced to flee, leaving behind them approximately 60 men killed. Regarding Boer casualties in the battle, Wesleyan missionary Joseph Ludorf is noted saying, "The Boers pretend to have lost 3 men, but at Sechele's place they buried 30 and 3 bodies they could not find." In a September 29, 1852 report to the British Governor-General in Cape Town, David Livingstone maintained that the number of natives killed is upwards of 60, of the Boers 35. Several of both parties have since died of their wounds, but these are not reckoned in the above numbers. Livingstone was angered by this attack of the Boers on Africans because it flagrantly violated basic human rights and Christian principles. In response to this naked aggression, Sechele went to the Cape Colony to seek the intervention of the British government, but he received no support in Cape Town and returned home. The Boers accused Livingstone of providing Africans, especially Sechele, with firearms and ammunition. They demanded that the district committee of the LMS immediately and permanently recall Livingstone. The main reason for this demand was that Sechele had acquired so many guns, including a cannon, that he now defied the Boers and even proposed attacking them. They accused Livingstone of not warning them of the hostility of Bakwena. Kgosi Sechele was given advice by an elderly Mokwena witch doctor to reunite with the Boratshos faction of Bakwena, who had left many years prior due to political differences. The 2 men hatched a cunning plan to bring Boratshos back into Bakwena, and once reunited, they moved to Dimajwe. The name Dimajwe is short for the mountain fortress Thaba Dimajwe, and has been corrupted to Dimawe in English literature. By this time, Bakwena had acquired muzzle-loading guns. After the Boers had destroyed the Golobeng mission, they attacked Bakwena at Dimajwe, where they encountered the combined Batswana tribes of Bakwena, Bahurutse, Balete, and Batlokwa. Under the leadership of Kgosi Sechele, the Boers were defeated by a combination of strategy and firepower in the successive battles at Dimajwe, Hwahwe, and Ditubaruba, resulting in the Boer retreat back into the Transvaal. Batswana then pillaged farms in the western Transvaal, resulting in the Boers temporarily abandoning the region west of Rustenburg and Potchefstroom. Batlokwa, Balete, Bahurutse, and Barolo, as well as Bakgatla, migrated into Botswana to join Sechele. On the 7th of January 1853, during the Battle of Setlagole, Barolo wounded Boer President Andries Pretorius, and in the following month, the Boers sued for peace, and King Sechele agreed to their request for a ceasefire on the condition that they return his son Kgari, whom they had captured and enslaved. As a result, Pretorius purchased Kgari from a certain Johannes Wolser for 200 Rix. Meanwhile, many tribes who feared the Boers had come to Kgosi Sechele for protection. Alongside the first refugee settlements of Bakgatla, the other tribes were Batlokwa under Kgosi Matlapeng, Bamalete under Kgosi Mokgosi, Bahurutse under Kgosi Sebohodi, and Manyana under Kgosi Mangope. All these tribes lived around Ditubaruba, where they received the protection of Kgosi Sechele and helped him in his war. Some Bakwena left the fortified town on Ditubaruba and settled just at Makgopaneng. Here, for the first time in history, Bakwena built their king a brick house, and soon the whole tribe was living in the valley. Bakwena left again and built their huts in Molepolole, and as it was not necessary to protect their castle against raiders any longer, their cattle posts spread far and wide over the vast territory. Kgosi Sechele remained here until his death on September 25th, 1892. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe. Until next time.